Okay, this is a refresher on how to find the surface area and volume of your figures. So, starting, if this was a rectangular pyramid, my base is a rectangle, and I know that because my length and my width are two different measurements. So, I'm going to say that I have two kinds of triangles. My length, I'm going to call the red triangle, which is 25. If that side is 25, then this side also has to be 25. My width, I'm going to call the blue triangle. So my base here matches my width, which is 17, but both triangles meet up at the same exact point at the very top. So they both have the same height of 12. This dotted line represents their height of 12. Now I need to find the area of each kind of triangle. So starting with my red triangle, I need to multiply my base and my height and divide by 2. So base times height, 25 times 12 will give me 300. Divide by 2 to get 150. This is for one triangle. I have two red triangles, so I'm going to multiply by 2 to get 300. Now for my blue triangle, I'm going to do the exact same process. My base is 17, my height is also 12, and when I multiply these together, I get 204. Now I need to divide by 2 to get 102. I have two blue triangles, so again I'm going to multiply by 2 to get 204. Now I need to find the area of my rectangle, so I'm going to multiply my length, which is 25, times my width, which is 17, and the area of my rectangle is 425. To find my total surface area, I'm going to add all of these together. So the area of my red triangles plus the area of my blue triangles plus the area of my rectangle which will be 929, and surface area is always to the second power. Now if I was going to find the surface area of a square pyramid, I know that this is a square because the bottom or the base of my pyramid has only one measurement, which means it's the same on all sides. So this side is 8 and every other side is 8. I also only have one height and they all meet up at the same point at the very top. So all of my heights are 16. All of my triangles are exactly the same and I have 4 of them. So after I find the area of one triangle, I'm going to multiply by 4. So starting with the area of my triangle, I have base times height, 8 times 16, and divide by 2. Or 8 times 16 is 128. Divide by 2 to get 64. Now I have 4 triangles. This is for one triangle. I'm going to multiply by 4 to get 256. This is for my triangles. Now for my square, my length is 8, my width is also 8, so the area of my square is 64. To find the total of my surface area, I'm going to add both of these together. The area of all 4 triangles plus the area of my square gives me a total of 360 square feet. Now we're going to find the surface area of your rectangular prism. My rectangular prism, this is my box, and this is an unfolded box. So my length is 5 centimeters. My width is 3 centimeters. And my height is 4 centimeters. It doesn't matter what we label what because we're going to be using all of them some way using multiplication. And we can solve for our surface area using the formula Liam Hemsworth plus Lil Wayne, and they do their homework 2 times. So starting with my length and my height, I'm going to multiply them together, or 5 times 4, my length times my width, and my height times my width. I'm going to use brackets, which is another set of parentheses. And now I need to multiply each of these. So 5 times 4 is 20, 5 times 3 is 15, and 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to add all of these together to get 47 and multiply by 2 to get 94. This is also surface area, so this would be square centimeters. Now if I'm finding my volume of my box, I'm going to use the same exact measurements, except this time my formula is length times width times height. V stands for volume, and I'm going to multiply all of my measurements together. So my length we said is 5, my width is 3, my height is 4. If I multiply these together, I can solve for my volume. So we can do this in chunks. Doesn't matter which way. I can either do 5 times 3, which is 15, and multiply by 4. I can multiply 3 times 4 to get 12, and then multiply by 5. Or I can multiply 5 and 4 to get 20 times 3. Either way, I will still get 60 no matter how I solve this. My units is centimeters, and volume is always cubed because we're multiplying 3 measurements together.